Another mile, another midnight, engine humming like an old refrain. Every town looks different in the darkness, but every road still whispers my name. There's a diner glowing by the highway, coffee steaming in a chipped white cup. The waitress smiles like she remembers me, though we've never met before tonight. I've been chasing tomorrow for longer than I know. Maybe home isn't a place, maybe it's the road. I'm taking the long way home, with the windows down and the past behind. Every turn is another chance to leave a no ghost out of sight. I don't need the world to wait, I don't need another sign. If I'm ever gonna find my peace, it's somewhere down this line. The radio fits between the stations, only static fills the air. Funny how silence says the most when there's nobody else there. I passed the places that once held me, they barely recognized my face. Time kept moving without permission, so I learned to match its pace. No map can show where healing begins. Sometimes you arrive long before you know. I'm taking the long way home, not because I lost my way. Some roads are worth the extra miles, some nights are meant to stay. Every sunrise in the distance feels a little more like mine. I'm not looking back anymore, I'm watching the horizon rise. If you ever see these headlights disappearing into dawn, don't mistake it for an ending. It's only someone carrying on, taking the long way home. One heartbeat at a time, the road has taken plenty from me, but it gave me this life. No applause, no final scene, just another morning waiting, and that's enough for me. Morning broke like any other day. The sky gave no warning, no sign. The streets still breathe, the clock still turns, but something stopped beating inside. I watched kindness pack its bags in silence, without a single slam door. Some endings don't arrive with thunder, they simply don't return anymore. A heart can close without making a sound. Some lessons arrive only after you've drowned.
That was the day mercy left,
without looking back at me. Hope folded up its sleeves and walked into the distance quietly. I didn't become colder, I became harder to fool. Some hearts are broken by betrayal, mine was rebuilt by truth. I stopped asking why people change, the seasons had already answered that. Leaves don't apologize for falling, they simply make room for what's next. Their hands on once reach for disappear, leaving only shadows in their place. So I learned to carry my own weight and let the silence know my name. The world kept spinning, it never slowed for me. So I traded certainty for clarity. Uncertainty left with it. The boy who believed every promise faded into memories meant. I buried expectations, not beneath the ground but underneath my stride. Because the strongest kind of faith is the one that survives with open eyes. If compassion ever finds me again, I hope it comes wearing honesty. Not every smile deserves a welcome, not every end deserves a key. I've learned that wisdom isn't bitter, it's simply remember.
That was the day mercy left.
It's something greater stayed behind. A steadier pulse, a quieter fire, a man who no longer mistakes comfort for peace, or noise for loyalty. If that day stole anything from me, it also gave me sight. And though mercy left without a word, I never let my humanity leave with it. With it. I drove past the street where it all began. The old apartment was still standing. Different curtains, different car, like I never lived there at all. I slowed for a second, then kept driving. Some places don't belong to you forever. They're only there to introduce you to the person you'll become. I thought I'd miss it, I thought I'd stop. Instead I smiled and watched it disappear. I never went back, not because I forgot, because the man who left that place couldn't fit inside it anymore. You can love what made you without living in its shadow. Sometimes the strongest goodbye is the one you never say. I used to think I'd get even, I used to rehearse the words, but life has a strange way of changing the script. When enough seasons pass, the anger grew tired before I did. One morning it simply wasn't there. All that remained was a quiet understanding. Not every battle deserves another round. The rearview mirror kept getting smaller, so to yesterday I realized healing isn't dramatic. Sometimes it's just continuing to drive. I never went back. The road ahead needed all my attention. Behind every scar there's a chapter, but no chapter is the whole story. If you ever wonder where I disappeared to, I finally started living instead of looking back. The city's breathing through the neon. Every window has another name. Taxi lights drift like restless oceans. Everybody's chasing something they can't explain. I pull my coat against the cold wind. Another night without a destination. Some people come alive at sunrise. I always belong to the dark. The clock keeps moving, so do I. No questions asked, no alibis. Midnight never sleeps, it just changes faces. Every empty street remembers footsteps time can't erase. If tomorrow wants to find me, tell it not to wait. I'm still writing my story while the whole world dreams. Saxophone spills from an open doorway. Old laughter fades into the rain. Someone's pouring one last whiskey. Someone's praying for another day. The city keeps every secret locked beneath its glowing skin. You don't have to hear the headlines to know where they've all been. Every heartbeat echoes off these walls. The night keeps listening when nobody calls. Midnight never sleeps, it watches every choice we make. Every shadow holds a memory. Every dawn demands a change. I'm not searching for forgiveness, I'm not asking to be saved. I'm just walking toward the morning, one step at a time. When the first light cuts the skyline, the silence starts to breathe again. Another night becomes a memory. Another chapter finds its end. Midnight never sleeps, neither does the fire inside. Long after the streets grow quiet, hope still survives. So let the city tell its stories. I'll keep writing mine, because every new sunrise was once a midnight sky. Rain kept falling on the boulevard. Street lights painted gold across the glass. I watched the city hold its breath, like it knew this night would never last. One more match, one final flame. Smoke curled slowly through the cold. Funny how a little fire can make a lonely night feel warm. No one saw me leave, no one heard goodbye. The moon was the only witness, watching headlights disappear. This is the last cigarette, the last promise to the past. I'm not running from the memory, I'm just letting go at last. If tomorrow calls my name, it'll find a different man. Not because the world has changed, because I finally can. The bartender wiped another glass like he'd seen this scene before. Two strangers spoke in whispers while the wind pushed at the door. I paid the bill and kept the change. Some debts don't fit inside a wallet. Some are carried in your heartbeat. Long after the night's forgotten, every road behind me still knows my shoes, but every mile ahead belongs to someone new. This is the last cigarette, the last shadow on the wall. The nights are wearing my own name, but I don't answer anymore. There's another sunrise waiting somewhere beyond these neon lights, and for the first time in forever, I'm not afraid to drive. Maybe peace is in a place. Maybe it's a moment. The second you stop chasing yesterday and start listening to tomorrow. This is the last cigarette. Watch the ember fade away. Not every ending is a tragedy. Some become another day. Leave the smoke above the skyline. Leave the silence with the rain. I'll carry what made me stronger and leave behind the chains. I left the lights on in a house I never see again. Keys on the table, dust already settling in. Funny how an empire can fit inside a rearview mirror, until the road decides it doesn't know where you've been. The city never asked where I was going, it only counted who came back. Some nights don't end with sirens, they end with a suitcase and a heart dressed in black.
I kept walking, the silence followed.
Neither of us look behind. Ashes remember my name, even when the world forgets my face. Every fire leaves a language, every ruin leaves a place. You can't erase the fingerprints, you can repaint every wall, but smoke never lies. It remembers it all. There was a photograph folded in my jacket, corners worn from too many winters. I almost threw it into the flames, but memories burn slower than paper. So I carried it one more mile like a debt nobody asked me to pay. Not because I wanted yesterday, because yesterday refused to fade. If tomorrow finds me somewhere new, don't ask what I had to leave behind. Some stories survive because they're told, mine survive because I stayed alive. Ashes remember my name, long after the fire has gone. The streets change, the faces change, but the echoes carry on. I wasn't made by victories or the titles people gave. I was forged in the moments everyone else walked away. Found your number in an old black coat, still folded where I left it years ago. For a minute, I almost made the call, just to hear if time had changed us both. My finger hovered over dial, then I slipped the phone back in my pocket. Some conversations don't need voices, silence answered everything. I carried your name longer than I should. Then one quiet morning, it finally lost its weight. I almost became the man who lived for getting even. I almost let one broken night decide the rest of my life. But somewhere between the miles and the mornings, I left that stranger behind. The hardest battle I ever fought was with the man I couldn't become. The mirror tells a different story now. Let's anger more years. The lines around my eyes weren't written by defeat, they were earned by staying here. I've buried enough versions of myself to know that growing hurts. You don't wake up a different person, you choose it one day at a time. The past still knocks, I just don't answer. Not because I've forgotten, because I finally moved on. I almost became the man who measured life in revenge, who mistook another person's fall for something I could call peace. Instead I kept walking, even when no one could see. Sometimes when it means leaving the fight unfinished. If you ever hear my story, don't tell them I was fearless. Tell them I had every reason to look back, and I kept facing forward anyway. I almost became the man. 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 Everyone expected after everything I lost. Cold hands, closed heart, empty eyes. But that wasn't the ending I chose. Behind every scar, there's a choice nobody sees. Mine was to keep my soul, even when life gave me every reason not to. They see the calm, they never ask what built it. Only the mountain knows the storms that shape the storm. Every sunrise found me carrying another silence, learning that some roads are only walked alone. The echoes of old names still wander through these hallways, not to harm me, but to remind me where I've been. Every lesson carved itself beneath my skin, until the mirror introduced a different man. Nothing disappears, it only changes form. Pain becomes patience and fire becomes warm. Behind every scar lives a story untold. Not every wound was made by steel. Some were carved by promises that faded with the dawn. Some by learning what loyalty can never heal. I don't wear these marks to ask the world for pity. The pages from a life no stranger ever saw. If you wonder how I learned to stand this steady, the answer lives behind every scar. I stopped counting all the nights that changed my future. Some victories arrived disguised as loss. The roads I feared became the ones that erased me. Every wrong turn carried an unseen cost. Time has a way of sanding down the sharpest edges, leaving wisdom where anger used to stay. The strongest walls were never built in daylight. They were lifted one quiet brick at a time. You can polish every photograph, but the cracks remain beneath the frame. The truth isn't written in the trophies on the shelf. It's written in the reasons I still came. When the lights go out, when the room is still, I shake hands with yesterday, but I don't let it take the wheel. Behind every scar lives a story untold, a map of every mile that shaped my soul. I never asked the world to understand the weight, only to know that I refuse to let it win. The man you see wasn't born this way. He was written by every season he survived. Behind every scar isn't a tale of defeat. It's the proof that something tried to end me, and somehow I remain. No one ever heard the hinges cry. No shattered glass, no final scene. People disappeared like fading daylight, leaving only spaces in between. The chairs stayed where they always were. The coffee still grew cold at dawn. Funny how a room can look the same long after everyone is gone. Some departures never raise their voice. Life doesn't always take, sometimes it waits for your choice. Every door closed quietly, without a warning, without a fight. One by one the echoes faded, carried off into the night. I reached for hands that weren't there anymore, called out names, the wind returned. Not every goodbye is spoken, some are simply never heard. The calendar kept turning pages, as if nothing had changed at all. Meanwhile, memories gathered dust, like portraits hanging on forgotten walls. I stopped chasing footsteps in the distance, stopped asking where the road had gone. Some journeys aren't about finding people, they're about discovering who remains when they're gone. Silence became a language of its own, not empty, just finally known. Every door closed quietly, teaching lessons without a sound. Not every loss is meant to break you, some are meant to turn you around. The halls grew wider, the nights grew longer, but so did the strength beneath my feet. Even an empty house can teach a soul how to become complete. If another door should open, I'll walk through with open eyes, not carrying yesterday's weight, not bargaining with old goodbyes. Some people are chapters, some become the margins, a few become the reason you finally write your own story. Every door closed quietly, yet the road ahead still called my name. I mistook endings for abandonment, until I learned they weren't the same. Now I don't fear empty hallways, or the silence that follows the rain, because every door that closed behind me left another waiting for the man I had yet to become. The city's breathing through the neon, every window has another name. Taxi lights drift like restless oceans, everybody's chasing something they can't explain. I pull my coat against the cold wind, another night without a destination. Some people come alive at sunrise, I always belong to the dark. The clock keeps moving, so do I. No questions asked, no alibis. Midnight never sleeps, it just changes faces. Every empty street remembers footsteps time can't erase. If tomorrow wants to find me, tell it not to wait. I'm still writing my story while the whole world dreams. A saxophone spills from an open doorway, old laughter fades into the rain. Someone's pouring one last whiskey, Someone's praying for another day. The city keeps every secret locked beneath its glowing skin. You don't have to hear the headlines to know where they've all been. Every heartbeat echoes off these walls. The night keeps listening when nobody calls. Midnight never sleeps. It watches every choice we make. Every shadow holds a memory. Every dawn demands a change. I'm not searching for forgiveness. I'm not asking to be saved. I'm just walking toward the morning, one step at a time. When the first light cuts the skyline, the silence starts to breathe again. Another night becomes a memory. Another chapter finds its end. Because every new sunrise was once a midnight sky. I drove past the street where it all began. The old apartment was still standing. Different curtains, different car, like I'd never lived there at all. I slowed for a second, then kept driving. Some places don't belong to you forever. They're only there to introduce you to the person you'll become. I thought I'd miss it, I thought I'd stop. Instead I smiled and watched it disappear. I never went back, not because I forgot, because the man who left that place couldn't fit inside it anymore. You can love what made you without living in the strongest goodbye is the one you never say. I used to think I'd get even. I used to rehearse the words, but life has a strange way of changing the script. When enough seasons pass, the anger grew tired before I did. One morning it simply wasn't there. All that remained was a quiet understanding. Not every battle deserves another round. The rearview mirror